Hey, welcome back guys. Today's video we're going to focus on finding the area of a trapezoid. Alright, these problems come from an old STAAR test from 6th grade. Alright, it says the dimensions of a lawn shaped like a trapezoid are given in meters. What is the area of the lawn in square meters? Alright, so the first thing you always want to do is write down your formula. You have your formula sheet. I'm going to modify it just a tad bit. It does mean the same thing. Typically, the formula says half first. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant times height. All right, let me explain what this means. So you have base 1 and base 2. You don't have to worry about which one's base 1 and base 2 because the answer will still be the same. And what I mean by that, if you pick 18 for base 1 and then 12 for base 2, or if you flip-flop them, when you add them, it's still going to equal the same. Now, the height is the distance between both their bases, and it's going to be perpendicular, so which will be the 4. You don't need the 5, so the 5 is just there to throw you off. All right, let's go ahead and plug in these values. Times it by height. I can guarantee one of these answer choices used 5. All right, so we add 18 and 12. That would give us 30, times it by 4. And so 30 times 4 is 120. Half of 120 is 60, which our answer choice is G. All right, we're going to look at another problem. I encourage you to pause the video, write down the formulas, substitute the values, and solve and see if we come up with the same answer. Alright, the playground at a park is shaped like a trapezoid. The dimensions of the playground are shown in the diagram. What is the area of the playground in square feet? Alright, so let's first identify our bases. 68, 36, and then the height is the distance between both of those, and it's going to be perpendicular, which is going to give me the 30. 34 is there to confuse you. I'm not sure why somebody would use these crazy numbers, and I guess it goes with the playground, but it just seems like a lot to do. But we're going to go through it. Just plugging it in. So now I'm going to go to the left of my screen, and I'm going to add . And so 104. It's times 30, but I'm going to use 3. Sorry, I shouldn't do that, but it is what it is. 3,120. Oh, and if you see that, it's on A. So 3,120. And the reason I did 3 is because I knew that the 30 had a 0 at the end. I mean, we could talk about powers of 10, but I just want to move on. I don't want to multiply by 30. Cut this in half. Well, half of 3,000 is 1,500. So it has to be a little more than 1,500. So you could divide, which most kids hate dividing. I don't think I've ever met a kid that really likes to divide. So you could go 1,560, add 1,560. And so if you double 1,560, you know that's half of 3,120. So our answer choice is B. And I suspected that because I just thought of 3,000, half of 3,000 is 1,500. And we were not far from 1,500. I mean, half of 3,000 is 1,500. And then half of 120 is 60. You add those up, you still get 3,120, which is probably how I should have approached it for you guys. But I just totally didn't like these numbers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.